Good morning. I never really make videos. This is my first time I'm really making a video that I think highlights the importance of what happened in the city of Oshkosh last night at the city council. Last night was one of those nights that I can say for some of us and our friends and our allies who've been fighting for equal justice, was one of those true days that we felt we achieved something huge. A lot of difficult moments for people of color and LGBT community. For so long, their voices have not been heard in our city. Mostly is because those that are in the majority all the time have always felt like there was no need. So those before me and those before us have fought this good fight along the way. And some of them gave up because so many times when this was brought into the table or at the chambers of the city council, our government leaders at the time, most of them openly said there was no need, it was not necessary. They didn't see any need for the diversity, equity, and inclusion in our city. Like I said, when you live in an environment where you're in the majority, you would never listen to any voice that comes from the minority, and that's unfortunate, sad case of humanity. That's how we live as people. Anyway, like I was saying, along the way, most of our people dropped out, got frustrated, moved out of town, and found other places to live, and others stayed. And there came along myself and others, and we picked up the fight, and we continued to mobilize and to engage our leaders on the most important fundamentals that we do believe we need a space in our city as well. Yes, so many times, yes, it was disappointing to talk to our leaders, and we saw our leaders don't listen. They don't want to listen to us anyway. And one thing that I've learned about politics is you don't quit, you don't give up. Because if you do believe that what you're fighting for is the future of your children and those you love, those neighbors, those friends, you don't give up, you don't quit. You keep organizing, you keep on pushing and engaging the community and the leaders. And one of the most fundamental too is to fight alongside the allies, your friends, and basically vote or choose to be part of the government and change things from there. That is if we are inside the government. So like I said, our past government have been so difficult, they've been not listening to us, to the voices of the people. And we continued organizing, and we basically voted in the city council that reflects what Oshkosh looks like. Oshkosh has become diverse in the last more than 10 years. Whether people like it or not, it's the reality. Our children are in schools, in our school district. Our children are in the university here. Our children are in all other sectors of the economy. So our voices are present, and we demand for what we think belongs to us. We are part of the system. And I was so grateful and excited after being defeated so many times, so angry in that chamber. I've been so angry so many times talking to those leaders and dismiss you or tell you, oh, take it easy, boy. Take it easy. It's no time for this. There's no hunger for this. Just come over to my office and I'll put you on some other commission. You know, that was what was always told to me. And I also knew that joining such leaders, it means you become a sellout or a bought out person, because their values and his values and their values at the time were not my values. So going in to be on a commission with such leadership was difficult for a person like me, and I chose never to continue the fight. And like I said, what came out of the chambers yesterday was overwhelmingly great to see our new leaders in the city council do the right thing. We fought for the good of our people, and I know the journey is still a long way. It's not going to be easy to build this commission and find suitable leaders, and we are basically starting everything from scratch. And I know some people out there are going to root for us to fail, like always is the case. And I just would like to encourage those that will find themselves in this leadership position and not to give up, to stand strong for the values that they believe, for the future of the city we love, you know. And the city council, once again, I thank them for being bold and for listening. Like I said yesterday when I was talking to the city council, I was shocked to actually see the city manager say he did some research. He's talked to the people. And I can tell you, he's one of to me, he was the city manager himself, Mr. Mark Roloff, or Mr. McGrawer, or Council Lady Debbie Allison. I felt these are part of the people I considered enemies of progress at the time, because each time the motion or the issue was brought to the table, they were one of those people who were against it. They always shut it down and killed it. And yesterday, I don't know, maybe tables turn around, and they seem to be like one would think like they were the champions of this thing. Councilwoman at the time, Lori Palmieri, was one of the persons who listened to us, and the former council people like her husband, they listened to some of the voices. They did their homework, and I can't stress, I don't know even what to say, to have leaders who listen. You know, we can argue, but at least give an opportunity to listen to other people's opinion. And they listened, these men and women, and they did a good thing. I can't name all of them, but I do know these people did their job. The question moving forward is, how are we going to succeed from here, Oshkosh? To some of us who believe in this thing, in this baby, we need to grow this baby. Like I said, this is not for me. This is not for the allies that were fighting yesterday. Not yesterday, but for years, even those that have left. And it's so painful to see some of these allies, like the young Black Lives Matter young men, so angry. And some of them, when I speak with them, threaten that they want to get out of this town as soon as I can. Yes, they want to get out of this town as soon as I can. Just like those people, those friends of ours that were fighting alongside us, that took off and left town because of being in an environment where your leaders and your people do not listen to you as a minority, you know. So I spoke to some of these younger people in the last 1 week, some of them telling me they have to go back as far as I can to Milwaukee, where they feel like they belong. No, I would still want to encourage those younger people to stay because this is a good city. It's a nice place to raise your children. And yeah, like I said, it's not easy. We're not going to achieve everything we want at this very, very moment. We've been building on this for years, and it's what it is. The struggle always never stops. We keep on fighting and make it perfect, especially for those of our friends that are with us. I know they 100% or more than 100% believe what we've been doing is the right thing. And once again, thank you very much, Oshkosh, for those who've been fighting with us for this equal justice and equity and diversity in our town, and for listening to our cries. For some of us who've been victimized by the police, the system in Oshkosh, we've been fighting so hard to change how police is doing business in town. We can only do this by continuously engaging our leaders, speaking truth to our leaders, and seeing all these young people speak truth last night to our leaders. I am thinking, our leaders, take a pause. Those are voices of your children. You are there as our leaders and as our parents. Listen to the young fellas. What they're saying, it's the truth. Us being on the other side, living that life every day. We wake up in the morning, like this morning. So what I'm talking to you about this morning, I'm driving, coming to the gym. It's one of those mornings whereby I can get pulled over. Oh, I have been pulled over so many times, and yeah, the system has not treated me fairly when they pulled me over. You know, push me around because I'm a black guy. You know, so we speak from a place of where we know it's a life that we live. Everybody's scared of us just for being black. Not even when we've not committed any crime. The crime that we are born with is having a dark skin. That's the most painful thing. That you wake up in the morning, you're already judged, you're already a criminal, just for being black. But for me, it's one of those things that is so, I've struggled so much that I lived and I was born in a system where I was in a majority black. Yes, we had white people. And I never felt being treated racially so much throughout those years. Now that I've lived in this country, I've known how it feels like to be a black person. And in the eyes of the racist, an anti-black or anti-LGBT, they don't give a damn whether you're from a place like me, you have an accent like me, they don't care. All they see is that black, and then they will treat you badly because of that skin. They don't give you a chance, you know. For me, sometimes it pains me when I find people who think like they're my friends, like, oh, Mashebe is a nice guy, Mushe is a good guy. Well, they say I'm a good guy is because I've spent a lot of time growing to make them trust me. And that's a struggle for a black man. You have to struggle no matter how much qualification I have, no matter how much schooling I have, experience I have in my work and whatever I do. Nobody will take me with that value at first. The first thing I walk into the place of employment is, first, I'm a black man, I'm a thief, I'm a thug, and I know nothing. So I would spend like a year or two proving myself first that I'm not a thief. Okay? Once I've successfully done that, then I have to show them that actually I know I have the skills to do the work. So you see, it's kind of like my fight in this life is triple, where a fellow brother or sister who is white is, even when they know nothing, they've never gone to school, the very day they get into a place of employment, they are trusted that they know what they do, no one is judging them being a thug, they'll do their job right. So you see, it takes us time, 3, 4, 5 times the amount to build that trust. And that's when you know. Even when you know that now they know they've trusted you, now you can do your job, we are still inferior. I'm still inferior at my work, even when I know my job. I have to be second-guessed all the time. As it is painful, but that's a reality. You know, someone second-guessing your work, they would only agree when they hear it from a white boy. Say like, yeah, I think it's like that. And guess that white boy didn't have an education, has never had an experience like me. So whatever I say has to be judged and to be second-guessed. And to our friends who don't know, that's the lives of so many people of color or LGBT community in this country. Discrimination is there, it's out there, and it's real. It's painful. And to our children who are raising right now, who don't know this, I don't even know how to start teaching our sons that this is the world that they were born in. We did not choose to bring them in, but that's what it is. Like I said, I don't make videos in the morning, but thanks for listening to my rambling this morning. And I'm so grateful and so happy that we have a new leadership in City Council, and we'll continue to push. A luta continua, like I always say, the struggle or the fight continues. Bye-bye.